You know him, of course, from his work on Sopranos and Blue Bloods. He's also a New York Times best-selling author, and his brand new book has just come out. Willie Boy Eats the World. Steve Schirripa, good morning and welcome to WDHA.
Hey Jim, how you doing, pal? How's everything?
It's going very well, thank you. I was reading through the book. It is ostensibly a children's book, but Steve, as I'm going through it, I'm saying this book is not for my kids. This book is meant more for me.
Well, it's got the message. It's a kid's book for sure, but it's got the message to try new things, try new foods, try new things. So it's a kid's book, but it's also for adults. It's okay to try something new. You're unhappy with your job? Take a shot. Try something new. Try new things. Listen, I personally, I was unhappy with my job. I started acting as a hobby, but at 41 years old, I joined the Sopranos. I uprooted my family from Las Vegas. I came back here to New York and, went on a different journey. So it's kind of both. And in the meantime, of course, Willie Boy takes Steve, who really only knows Italian food, on a journey for sushi and Mexican food and uh, uh, Brazilian food and soul food and Thai food, and he go on and on. So uh, Willie Boy teaches Steve that there's more to life than the same old thing. You know.
And Willie Boy, of course, is your dog. And it's interesting to note, at least from a personal standpoint, Steve, that the first picture of Willie eating something is a slice of pizza. And my two dogs absolutely love pizza. They go nuts as soon as we walk in the house because they can smell it.
Yeah, yeah. He loves pizza too. The last pizzeria I took him to was Luigi's down in Brooklyn. Great pizzeria on Fifth Avenue in Brooklyn. Uh, so he eats just about everything. He loves hero sandwiches. We'll get a big long one. I'll eat the top. He starts on the bottom. So he eats most everything. But not a lot. Like people go, yeah, the dog can't eat that. I mean, I don't let him eat the whole pizza. I give him little bites of the pizza. So it's been a lot of fun. Really, I mean, this book I just did for fun. It was no heavy lifting like big chase. We got to make the New York Times list in 2 weeks. We got to hurry up. I mean, I've done these books before with that kind of pressure, and this is just fun, and it's been great. And people love the book. It's beautifully illustrated, and it's got a great message, and it's doing well.
What's Willie's favorite pizza topping?
I don't want to give him pepperoni because I'm a little careful, so I usually just I just have him cheese and a little tomato sauce. I last week we went to I got some pizza in New Haven, Frank Pepe's. You been there?
I have not, but I've heard that it's outstanding.
Oh, you gotta go. You gotta go there, man. The guy Jeff is the manager. You can tell him I sent you. Always big lines, but we brought home, you know, mostly cheese. We brought home a vegetable. We brought 4 pizzas home, and my daughters came over, and that is wonderful pizza. Uh, he eats just about anything. He loves the crust because they love to chew. They love that crunch.
I don't want to concentrate too much on pizza, but I am a bit of a pizza snob. Originally from New York City myself, I lived for almost 8 years in the Bronx, and 2 of those years were spent in the Belmont section, Steve. And I'm sure you know some of the restaurants up there, and the pizza in that neighborhood was amazing.
So that you like the Bronx pizza up there. Yeah, I like Brooklyn. My favorite is Brooklyn, where I grew up. Spumoni Garden. That's my favorite pizza. Uh, Hands down, the people. If it's one slice, it's there. I like Luigi's on Fifth Avenue in Brooklyn. I like Arturo's on Houston Street. I like Danico on Mulberry. Very underrated pizza. You know, all pizza is good pizza. There's a few obscure places in Brooklyn. Da Vinci, that only neighborhood people know, but the pizza is fantastic. And a place called Pizza Wagon in Bay Ridge. I like these pizzerias that don't get all the hype because the same ones do. And then, of course, have you ever eaten at Locales, which is great?
Yes.
Kono. And Lucali's, I love that pizza, you know.
You're speaking my language, Steve.
I was never a DeFaro pizza, never a DeFaro person, you know. Overrated, in my opinion.
We were mentioning that, of course, people know you from your role with The Sopranos. It never ceases to amaze me how each new generation latches onto that show and finds something different about it, Steve.
Well, listen, that's what's happening. You know, you got kids that were too young then. You know, they're in their late teens, they're early 20s. They're watching the show. They're watching it with their parents. We just came off a live tour. Me and Michael Imperioli. We toured the UK. We did 27,000 people. We sold out theaters there, and there was a lot of. After the show, we met a lot of families that came together. It's quite amazing, and the show just keeps on rolling along, and it holds up like it was written now. Besides the obvious, the cars and the computers and the phones, it's like it was written today. It holds up. Some shows are corny, and you look at them and you go, "Oh my God, how did I ever like that show?" Right? So corny now that you look back, but not The Sopranos. It holds up very well, and I honestly believe 50 years from now they'll still be watching this show.
I think it was the character development that struck people so much.
Yeah, well, I think so. You had some great characters there. I think they can relate to Tony Soprano, the family part of it. You know what I mean? Usually, when you see mob movies going way back, you don't see much of the mobster at home. You know what I mean? You know, it's always out in the club and doing schemes and robbing and, that kind of stuff. He sits behind a big desk, all these old mob movies. Now you're seeing Tony Soprano. He's got problems with his mother, with his kids, with his, real problems. And I think people can relate to that no matter what he is. He could, like Dominic Chianese, 95 years old. I just had lunch with him. He said Tony Soprano could have been a plumber. Could have been the same thing.
And in a different sort of way, Blue Bloods also carried on that family with the Reagan family. The whole idea of them sitting down for dinner every week. We waited for those scenes.
Well, that was a big part of the show. That's what people loved. I don't think we've gotten away from that. We used to all, not all, but most people have that Sunday dinner with the family. One parent worked. Things have changed now. It's hard to get everybody together on a Sunday. Everyone's living here, living there. Who's got soccer practice? Who's got this? I remember growing up, my Sunday dinners every Sunday was like Thanksgiving. Yeah, the aunts were there, the uncles were there. You ate all day. The Reagan family. That was. I was invited once to the dinner, and I was very proud of that. Believe it or not, because not everybody got to go to the family dinner, and I enjoyed that very much. And that was a big part of the show because no matter what they had going on, the family came back every Sunday. They argued, they fought, but you see the love for one another. I love those scenes with Tom and Len Carrier, who played his dad. Snifters of whatever they were drinking by the fireplace. I love that. I love that. Tom had the big sweater on, and it looks like they were supposed to be in Staten Island.
Steve
It was,
Schirripa's new book is called Willie Boy Eats the World. Steve, thank you for your time this morning here on WDHA, and congratulations. Best of luck with the book.
thank you, Jim. Appreciate it. Nice talking to you.